Hello, my name is Madi Musick, and this is day 3 of 5 of our STEM gardening camp. Today we're digging in the dirt. Dirt or soil? Soil or dirt? What's the difference? What's the big deal? It's called soil. Soil is one of the most important natural resources known to man. Soil is the foundation of agriculture. Farmers know that certain soils are more suitable for specific crops. But how do they identify what type of soil they have? Texture is an easily recognizable property that informs farmers about how to manage their soils. Soil texture affects the movement of water and nutrients in the root zone of plants in the field, and it cannot be changed. There are 3 types of soil textures: sand, silt, and clay. Sand is made up of coarse grains of soil like you would find on a beach. A sandy loam soil is best for gardens that require fast-draining environments. That's why sand is so useful. Its large granular size enables quick soil drainage. Silt is a medium-grained soil that functions like a mixture of sand and clay. Silt is a fertile kind of soil that is beneficial to many different types of plant growth. Clay is the fine grain or the smallest type of soil. Clay soil has a very small particle structure. It's very hard for large quantities of water to pass through the narrowed soil structure. Because of this tight structure, clay soils are often likely to experience severe compaction when wet. The soil at your home can be any mixture of the 3. Scientists use something called the soil textural triangle to identify types of soil. Today, you're going to collect a soil sample and determine the soil textures of your soil. To collect a soil sample from home, go outside and dig about 6 inches into the surface. From there, collect a strip of soil and mix the soil, and you're ready to start the activity. Once you've collected your soil sample, like mine, you'll need these supplies: a quart jar, some water, your soil sample of course, and a ruler. Keep in mind that this activity will not work with most potting soil. Soil texture is an evaluation of the mineral component of soil, and potting soil is mostly organic matter. Also, remove rocks, roots, and anything else that is obviously not soil from your sample, and break up any large clumps before beginning. Let's start. Place 2 to 4 inches of soil into your jar. This may get a little messy, so you might want to complete this outside. Once you have your soil in your jar, you're going to take your ruler and measure how many inches you have of soil in your sample. So for mine, I have about 2 inches of soil. Next, you're going to add your water. The jar should be mostly full of water and you're ready to go. You're going to add your lid on tightly, and you're going to shake it for about 2 minutes. Alright, now set the jar down and allow the particles to settle. After 1 minute, measure the depths of soil on the bottom of the jar. Record this measurement and label it as the sand portion. So for this, we're going to measure the bottom portion, which is the sand portion, and here I have about 1 inch on our bottom layer. Allow the sample to settle for 3 to 4 hours, then measure the depth again and record the level. The second layer indicates the silt fraction of your soil. So here I have about 1/2 inch of our silt portion. The remaining clay particles may take as long as a week to settle, depending on the composition of your sample. However, you can use the measurements you already have to determine the amount of clay in the soil. Simply subtract the combined sand and silt measurement from the total soil. Now that we know the measurements of each texture of soil, it's time to make our fractions. For each fraction, you'll have the number or inches over the total soil. In our case, total soil is 2 inches. If you aren't sure what your clay portion is, you're going to do total soil minus sand and silt combined. Now you'll calculate the percent. You'll take the fraction that you made before and times it by 100. You'll do this for each stir of soil. Once you have your percents, you're ready to determine your soil texture type. Following the soil textural triangle, you notice that there are 3 different arrows on top of the triangle. You have your clay percents following the line that goes straight across. Your silt follows the line going downwards, and your sand follows the lines going upwards. Using each percent, you should be able to find your soil texture type. If you're still unsure and need a little extra help, visit the Part 2 video to watch a couple examples. Knowing soil texture is crucial to managing the land properly and understanding what you can grow on the land. For more information, go to 4h.okstate.edu.